Okay, so today while I was waiting for the parts, I'm still waiting for the parts. They haven't even left Germany yet. It's auto dock, so it's the slow boat. I decided to have a look at the rust, and what I could see from the top side is I could just see a little bit there. Let me just turn on that light for you. I could see that a little bit there, which is looking worse with the light on. Because that's kind of blowing it out. So I could see that a little bit there, and I could see these bits here. You can just see them there, which is where the arch liner comes through. So that's what I could see from top side. So I said I'd pull the bumper to help me get in at it, and then when I got in at it, pull the wheel obviously. Decided then to pull the arch liner, hoping, because the actual fasteners for the arch liner are these Phillips head screws. I had to end up cutting off every single head of it. That's them there, so they're in pretty poor shape. To get this piece off, the actual arch, round arch, plastic arch, I had to drill out a few different rivets. Anyway, you can obviously see here, I found a nice little hole in the wing. There's a little bubble there, so there'll be a hole there. There's a bit here around that square piece, and then there's also the sweep of where the bumper sits in. So they'll get sorted. They're not the end of the world. The arch liner holes are also pretty good. It just seems to be unsightly, so that's okay. I'll be able to treat that and paint them up. Again, here looks pretty alright too. Once you pull it off, you got this, so I'll be able to patch that there. And I would also, this is the other side of the from the steering box, or steering box, yeah, we'll call it steering box. I think it is, yeah. And the pinion arm. So the this is the back side of it, and that looks okay. Like, there's a hole, obviously. I'm not blind, but it doesn't look too bad. This looks good here. My problem is that the majority of the rust, if you can hear it, is back here. So I'm in two minds as to what to do. I can just now see that there is spot welds here. So can I just pull that plate and that'll give me access to the back? Because there's no way you'll swing a welder inside the engine bay without pulling the engine and everything like that, and that's not happening. So yeah, that's my issue at the moment. Is I've gotten this down to that point. This obviously has to be cut out and patched, and the piece behind it is the major weld. Like the likes of this is unsightly, yes, not the best, but not the end of the world either, because it is just a wing. So I'm not too concerned about that. Then coming over to the other side, having the wheel off this side or anything, I have not a match, but I have the same, in exactly the same area. I do have some rust, and you can feel it soft. So again, that's going to need a patch. It's not as bad there as it is the other side, and I always thought that the passenger side of vehicles would get a lot worse. These all look pretty good, the arch liner thing. So I'm not actually even going to pull this wing or this arch liner to have a look at the wing, because I'm not actually too concerned about the wing. My main concern was getting on top of rot that would be body rot rather than the wings, because wings can be bolted on and off in the grand scheme of things. Again, it's pretty good here. Like there's no rust there, so it hasn't gone in the same way as the other. It seems to be around these mounts, the chassis mounting points, that you get this rust, but it doesn't look to have crept. Like when I grind that back, I know from the other side there won't be rust behind it, so it's not actually a weakening of the chassis mount, because I can actually reach back there before I even touch the box section, and I'm getting good metal. I can feel it. So I don't know why they rust there. Maybe just water pools and seeps out at those seams. So there's my two areas that'll need proper welding. All the rest of it, like, well, I suppose this, you could consider this to be proper welding, these two locations, and that little squared off area, I can feel it crunching. I might get away without welding that, and if I do have to weld it, it'll be very kind of minor. It'll probably take more welding wire than it will fresh plate. So yeah, that's today's side of things. What I did notice from the back of this bumper, and I'm sure anybody who knows the Pajeros is already screaming at me, telling me to have a look back here. That is quite crusty. So I noticed when I had the impact on the two bolts that secure this through. So anybody taking off the bumper, just a quick rundown on it. You have two bolts accessible from underneath, if I'm going from the inside out to these two welded in lugs here. So you've got two bolts basically coming through your chassis. Your chassis sits up into that, and then you're meant to have two like this. But for some God knows reason, the previous person who wanted to put a bull bar on decided to just take that bolt from there and use it for holding the bull bar mounts. So I'll be obviously removing that because I actually quite like the clean look. But can you see this rust here? Look, that took no effort to pull that out. So the actual bumper is the worst for rust on the car, and I don't know what I'll do about that, because this was not meant to be my tackling point for this like as in the Jeep. I have, for people who are just getting into this from the Pajero side of things, I have a pretty nice example of a W124, which I've done the welding, and anybody who knows W124s will know that the welding is not a minor feat on a W124. So I've done the welding all on this, so this was only a quick job this is coming in for. So it's not going to be, we're not going for concourse, we're not going for even when it comes to this, I'm not often going for concourse on this either. My cars are beaters, or I like to use my cars. I don't really care about keeping them in the garage looking sweet. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Any help, anybody who's tackled this job here and knows how I can access that plate quite easily with leaving everything in situ, please let me know. I might be able to pull that mount just to protect it, or wrap it in tin foil or something, just to keep the heat from it. And again, the same for the box, because I don't want to overheat the fluid and the seals inside that, so I will have to wrap that in tin foil. But anyway, guys, any help would be fantastic. I just don't know, maybe I can pull that plate. Maybe it's as simple as that, and I'll be able to access it. Please, anybody who knows, give me a heads up. Appreciate you watching. Cheers. Bye.